time to face reality. And I was heading to the barber right now, and I decided I have scissors, why not do it myself? I'm saying. So I've already cut part of it, so I decided to share the rest of it journey with you. I'm gonna do it, not let nobody put me down anymore. And I'm enough. And no more being nobody's foot mat. I am enough. I'm here. I'm saving money, but I'm not saving money for myself, because I found somebody very close to me that need this money, and I don't have a lot of money myself, so it's between either go to the barber or use this money to help this family. So I decided to, a part of my life that will never ever be there again. I'm starting afresh again. See, already grown. Look at how long it has become this long. Look, I was using all those oil treatments. For me to do this, you guys will know that it's serious. For me to say I'm chopping off my hair. For me, no matter what, I will always remember this day. On this topic, I'm sharing a clip from Fumi Desaluvold, a beautiful YouTuber in England. Watch, listen.
Things upstairs and put them into the guest room. So if you walked in, you wouldn't have known anybody was in there. He made himself comfortable, got to the couch, had something to eat, and slept off. Let's call the husband John. The guy will always be called who? The guy will always be called John. Did not know that his brother-in-law was sleeping on the couch. The couch faces the television. It's an open plan house. So when you walk in, you only see the back of the couch. John did not see anybody on the couch. John did not see anybody in the house, so he thought. The children must have been in afterplay or school or whatever. They were not at home. And so he heard familiar voices, or should I say familiar voice. He also heard familiar noises, love-making noises. Turned around to see John on the kitchen island tabletop, straddling a woman who he did not know, but it was not his sister. He crept quietly back into the couch and stayed there. It's a big deal. I'm never ever going to be that person again. Never ever. And I don't care what anybody thinks about me. It's not your business. This is my personal decision, and I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. There is a singer that says, I love you not before words, not be just words. I love you is not just words, it's action. So if somebody is using words and no actions, please. I love you. And when it comes to action, they start remembering that, no, I don't love you that much. When they said I love you means I want to have you, I want to be with you, I want something from you. That's very infantile. By the time I open my mouth to tell somebody I love you, I'm ready to die for you, period. It's how fluffy my hair is. I have very fluffy natural hair. I don't put nothing. Ever be anybody's fool. Ever. This is my own personal punishment. A reminder. Cutting off this hair. Just underneath, this is what I do. I just chop off. That's it. That's how I do it. Who will I tell? Who will believe my story? Ah, God, got punished. 2 weeks later, they will cut it off. 2 weeks later, the hair will say, this girl, you don't ever hear. You're so stubborn. You're so stubborn. And I remember that time, whoever she is, my school mother,
all these things. In those days, we didn't have cell phone or internet to write down people's, and even if you wrote somebody's phone number in a piece of paper or in your book, when you move and leave that place, you sort of lose the movers, throw your things away. That all the address is gone. So that's one person I can't even remember her name. Like I can't even remember her name. She was really very nice to me, because I know the other seniors were making fun of her for choosing me as her school daughter. They're like, out of all the nice girls in this school, is this stubborn B word? You want to make your school daughter? Are you crazy? Just like, leave me and my school daughter. Leave her alone for me. Oh, leave her alone. She was so sweet. She was so nice. She was really kind, but we never really talked. So I think that's why I didn't retain her name. She just was there to protect me. But we never like sat down to say, where are you from? How are you? Who is? No, we never. I don't understand it. You will never. So I don't know anything about her. Isn't that weird? I wish I remembered who she was. Maybe one day I'll find a note or something. If I ever find something that tells me who she is. The Oba A.S. Ogode was one of her teachers. You know? Yep, that's my wonderful daddy. Oh. He's still very strongly living in the village with his wife. He's happily enjoying retirement with. Yep, that's mom and Auntie J. Jenkins. Wonderful wife, my mama. They are doing well. Daddy was our teacher, so he decided it was not important for me to stay in the school hostel. Out of my siblings, I'm the only one actually that never ever lived in the hostel. I still have great bond and contact with our Merriman students who actually went to the same elementary school, Alase. St. Benedict's in those days. Oh, when Alase was Alase, I was St. Benedict. Girl, we had a first class education, I can tell you that. We had a first class education. Teachers really loved teaching in those days. One of my favorite teachers in primary 6, Alase Primary School, was Mr. Ngodo. Mr. Ngodo. Hey! Nice guy. I remember in those days I used to have eczema. My whole face was covered with eczema. All these places, like I have different colors of face. So the places the eczema's covered.
Eczema, inflammatory diseases from psoriasis, and there are diseases where there's pigment loss, like vitiligo.
Part of the reason why African Americans in particular weren't finding products that were created specifically to cater to their unique skincare needs, because we were being overlooked. I don't think that,
saw at least half a dozen dermatologists, and no one was able to help with my.
Cars are passing, that's why the noise. Sorry guys for the noise. No. Mr. Ngodo was my teacher in primary 6. And I remember when I just got into his class, he saw those eczemas. My whole face around my nose was all white with eczema, and part of my neck, I don't know, but especially around my nose. It made me look like a different person. I looked like a coat of many colors on my face, like a map of Africa on my face. And the first week I was in his class, it's like, you're too beautiful to have this on your face. It's like, I'm not going to let this happen to you. He took me and went into the nearby grass areas and looked at the shrubs and found one shrub, I don't know the name. It looked like this, but they were fat, plumpy. And then it's like a mini cactus, like miniature cactus. I don't know how to say it. But he plucked it from the grass, pulled it from the earth, and squeezed the juice, and first of all used a razor to scrape my face. I was screaming. He scraped without taking permission from my parents. Oh my God, somebody would have been sued if it was these days. They would have sued him. I know families that would have sued him, like, how dare you? He used a blade and scraped off my face. All the places he said eczema. He scraped them off and used that grass, that special herb. It was, when you smell, it's peppery. That's all I remember the smell till today. Oh my God, that was a nightmare. And he squeezed the water and he scrubbed my face. I thought I would die. It's like somebody put acid on my face. I was screaming. He put it and sprayed, and then every day around my mouth too. Yeah, the eczema was around my mouth, around my nose. It was horrible. Then every day I came to school at recess. That was his duty. He took me to that grass place, I plucked that and scraped on my face. After a week, my face started peeling. The skin on my face. And you know, it's so funny. Nobody in the house asked me, what is wrong with your face? Hey, Jesus. My face was peeling and I would be crying. I would be having heart palpitation. Like, oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble. This man is going to take me to the bush and rub that thing on my face again. Every day, Mr. Ngodo, I will never forget him. He will rub it on my face, and within a couple of weeks, my face cleared up. I didn't even notice until one day I looked in the mirror. I couldn't find any trace of eczema till this day. I never had, because initially I used to use Nixodem. You guys know that. Nixodem. You'll be using Nixodem, whatever, to put the face. It never healed anything. Nixodem, it didn't work. But that plant, for free. It was grass. It was herbs, shrubs, or whatever you call them. That he just took and scrubbed on my face. The thing was, all I know, it was peppery. Oh, Jesus. And you could smell the pepperishness of it. I hurt. It was painful. Then in a couple of weeks, say within 2 months, by the time I graduated primary 6, I can assure you, going to a Merriman, there was no trace of eczema, not even the slightest trace of eczema in my face. So that's those days when teachers were teachers. And he explained to me about why you have eczema on your face and how they grew, and they had roots, and they were plants. They were like plants on your face that had roots, and he explained things to me. It's not contagious, but it can spread in your body. You can't give eczema to somebody else. He explained things to me. And those were teachers. House and put peppermint oil on it.
Because if a man cheats, it's not necessarily about you. He just likes more than one woman. And when we tolerate, we encourage that kind of bad behavior. 30 years later, somebody told me that they're divorced. Look to your man. Look to your man. And for the women out there that are sleeping with these guys, remember that we are powerful when we stand together. And at the end of the day, money doesn't last, because that time passes and your friends have moved on into their homes and that opportunity has gone by for you. That's really how much it costs. I am not an expert on why we women, sisters, do this to each other. Never, ever, 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 ever. At the same time, there are times where the guy lies and says, I'm not with anybody. It's a lie. I'm not with her. Yet he just left her house. And you want to blame her. Leave him alone. This, that, and the other. But he doesn't want to be left alone. And there's some girl that will always open her door and her bedroom to him. The thing is, you're both losing out until one of you steps up and says, I'm better than this. Hope you
cherish yourself, ladies. Love yourself, cherish yourself. Listen to when people are telling you something. They tell you who they are, believe them the first time. Don't say, maybe he didn't mean they meant what they did. There's nothing else, especially at this our age. They already know what they're doing, and don't let somebody change you. Stand true to yourself. Stand true to yourself. So even if things go upside down, however, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, yes. Stand with your chest open to your beliefs. What you know is true. What you know is right. Don't be swayed that the Bible said to the left or to the right. Focus and hear God. Fear God, hear God, obey God. He will never let you down. Period. Man will. M-A-N will let you down any minute. Will let you down any second, but God won't. Man will let you down any second.
Well, I've been to terrible places and dated terrible men, and all I'm saying is, look out.
I love you. If all the I love you was serious, why is it 60% divorce? If all the people, go and watch their videos, wedding video. Oh, you are the love of my life. And how come that 2 weeks later, Angelina is now your new love of your life, and the madam is no more important? And we keep on doing the same thing. We refuse to learn from each other. Even me, I refuse to learn from my past. But I'm done with that. I've cut off my hair, and it's over. C'est fini. Foolishness, cut off. Stupidity, I cut them off. Nonsense, I cut. Liars, I cut them off. Fake I love you, cut off. I never believe a guy, even when they pursue, some guy will pursue you for 10 years, 7 years. As soon as he gets what he wants, whew! What is his name? Usain Bolt will not be able to run 1/4 the way they will run and forget even if you ever existed. And the next they'll say, after all, I didn't force you. After all, you are old enough now. After all, are you a little girl? After all, you knew what I wanted. After all, you'll be like, huh? The same guy that was on his knees begging, please, if I can only touch, please, if I can feel, please, if you just hold my hands, my life will be, oh my God, without you. Lies! Ashashi! Prove yourself. Tell him to prove himself. You cannot prove yourself. Stand by your grounds. Stand by your grounds. So even if at the end the fuck were up, at least you yourself know that, I stood gidigam at my ground. That's all I have to say, my people. He that have this thing and not one thing, he that have ear, hear. That's all I can say. I've learned my lesson. I've cut my hair out. Don't be mean. Keep your hair. Just be smart. Vielen Dank.